In this video, we're going to be comparing the Las Vegas Strip to Fremont Street next on Jaycation. Hey, what's up, Jaycationers? Welcome back to another video here in the Las Vegas series. Today, we're going to be pitting up two parts of Las Vegas against each other, which is the Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below, what do you prefer? So you ask, what is more affordable? What's cheaper? What's more budget friendly? I would still say that Fremont Street is more budget friendly than the Strip. You can save a little more. Like, if you saw my $20 in a day video, I actually almost succeeded. I was cents over. You do get better deals here, even though inflation is crazy, especially here on Fremont Street as well. You do get free parking if you're a hotel guest here in downtown. For most hotels, you do save a little more on that. Parking on the Las Vegas Strip. There's only a few resorts that offer free parking, like Treasure Island, Venetian, The Wynn, and Tropicana if you're a guest. But most of the other resorts like MGM and Caesars properties, you have to have second tier rewards card status in order to get that free parking. So you're gonna be paying parking anywhere from $15 to $20+ a day if you're at one of these resorts, these mega resorts. So that's the only drawback to staying at most places on the Strip. The room rates are a little cheaper here on Fremont Street. So I definitely would say Fremont Street downtown is a lot cheaper than the Strip, where you're gonna be paying more of a premium. I do say I am a Strip guy, but it is way more expensive than Fremont Street is. It can be just about the same if you're trying to budget here, but overall hotel price rates and everything else, food on average, is way more expensive on the Strip compared to Fremont Street. Fremont Street, you can get by with about $30 to $50 a day. On the Strip, you also have a wider array of luxury resorts to budget-friendly options. I tell you what, guys, Fremont Street is a different vibe during the day. A lot different than it is at night. Another difference between Fremont Street and the Strip is it's a lot more casual around here. You don't have to wear your dress shoes. You don't have to go dress up to the nines with a suit and tie or your dress. You can if you want to, but the only places really here that's kind of sort of formal is if you're gonna go to like Legacy Club at Circa. Over here they do have a few steakhouses. Like, you do want to dress up if you go to places like Oscars or Triple George, even a little bit. For the most part, coming to the Fremont Street experience, you don't have to dress to the nines. So the Strip is definitely more dressy than Fremont Street because of their formal restaurants, nice bars, and nightclubs like Marquee Day Club and Nightclub. You're gonna have to wear a nice button-down shirt. Girls wear a dress. So that's the difference between being on the Strip and Fremont Street. Fremont Street is definitely a lot more vibing during the night. So you definitely like to come here and check out all the street performers, musicians, and loud music here at night because it's vibing. Right now it's 9 in the morning and it's like sleepy music with clouds up top. I would definitely give the Strip the win for daytime walking or perusing. So although you do have Fremont Street and all the live music on Fremont Street, you don't get the huge shows like the Bruno Mars, Adele's, Lady Gaga's of the world here that you do on the Strip. Here at Dolby Live, I've seen Jonas Brothers, Silk Sonic, Bruno Mars. They got Maroon 5 coming. Usher was playing last night. Right here is T-Mobile Arena. Then you also got Allegiant Stadium where they have Taylor Swift play. There are a ton more musical acts that come all around the Las Vegas Strip, such as the Coliseum, Grand Garden Arena, you name it. I could keep going on for days. Resorts World Theater where Katy Perry's at. So there are a lot more A-list concerts around the Las Vegas Strip compared to Fremont Street. And not to mention all the sporting events like the VGK Vegas Nights, UFC fights, boxing fights, Raider games, you name it, they're all here on the Strip. Fremont Street, nearby, they do have the XFL. The Vegas Vipers actually play over at Cashman Stadium, I believe. So that's the only sporting event so you're gonna get in downtown Las Vegas. Fremont Street also has a lot more divier establishments, especially once you get to Fremont Street East. Places like Hogs and Heifers or areas around Evil Pie. Now, these are more like hipstery bars and stuff over in Fremont Street East, but you definitely will find your divey bars here on Fremont Street, in and around it. You will find a couple of divey bars on the Strip, although the pools in Fremont Street, there are a few nice ones like the Golden Nugget and the Shark Tank. The pool parties here are a lot better on the Strip. You have nicer regular guest pools, and they also have the pool parties like Encore Beach Club, IU Day Club, Marquee Day Club. The pools definitely get the win on the Strip. You also will get your older hotels, older classic establishments, minus Circa. That's probably the only new place you're gonna get here. They do have a lot of hotels that do renovations, like the Downtown Grand. I stayed in their renovated Freedom Tower. Plaza is starting to do some renovations too. You will see newer things here, but with an old school twist. And look, the Golden Gate right behind me, that's the first casino in Las Vegas. So if you guys want a more of a modern day technology type of feel, modern day feel, you're gonna want to go to places here on the Strip like the Cosmo, the City Center, Resorts World. There's places on Fremont Street like Circa that feel more modern day, but for the most part, it's more your old Vegas type feel. Fremont Street also feels a lot more sketchy at night than it does in the Strip. Now don't get me wrong, you have to take all your precautions regardless, whether you're on the Strip or here on Fremont Street. But I do feel like you turn a wrong corner or you go outside, even inside the Fremont Street experience, it is sometimes kind of shady. So make sure you're just watching your back and taking the precautions to keep yourself secure and safe. Now let me give you a positive about Fremont Street. I think overall they have better pizza options than on the Strip. Pizza Rock is really good, and Evil Pie as well. Another thing that I like is that you can find hidden gem hotels like the Downtown Grand, which I did a video on, so make sure you check that out down below. They have $1 blackjack, they have $5 craps at times. This is the Fremont Hotel and Casino. They have a new food hall that just opened. Right over at that patio, they have like a steak and shake in there and a bunch of other stalls. A lot of food halls are popping up, not just here on Fremont Street, but also on the Strip. Places on the Strip like the Aria have a lot more lavish and decorative displays, like this dragon here for a Lunar New Year. That is a really awesome decoration. But over at Fremont Street, the casinos seem to be a little more consolidated, a lot smaller. Another difference is Fremont Street is full of history. You're here in downtown Las Vegas. This is the birth of Las Vegas, especially here at the Golden Gate Casino. Right before you enter Fremont Street by the plaza, there's this giant big screen. It gives you pictures of before and now, so you can kind of get a grasp of how it used to look like over here. So that's a nice historical fact. You get to see places like the Mob Museum, the Neon Museum's not too far from here. There's just tons of historical facts in this area of town. Not to say that the Strip doesn't have historic things, like they still do have the Flamingo, the Sahara is over there. So they do have their historical things, but here on Fremont Street, you get a lot more of old Las Vegas. Another difference between Fremont Street and the Strip is the mega resorts. You have New York, New York. It's so big that they have a roller coaster going all around it, and then there's a park in between that and Park MGM. And then we have one of the bigger resorts in all of Las Vegas, MGM Grand, right across the street. And I'm telling you, they have a huge pool and you got everything you need. And if you just go right outside, you have ABC store, CVS, pick up all your amenities and things that you may want. And they have restaurants in all of these mega resorts. Fremont Street is also a smaller circumference than the Strip would be. And over here, you get this whole Viva Vision. Once you enter the overhang here by the plaza, you'll go all the way down to Fremont Street East. I would say past Container Park is your Fremont Street experience, even Fremont Street East. It is a smaller circumference, maybe about 5-6 city blocks. It's more walkable, but it is a lot more loud. The Strip is definitely a lot more spread out than Fremont Street's 4 or 5 block radius from the start to end of Viva Vision. I'm not even at the south side of the Strip. I am here at the third mega resort, which is Excalibur. The Strip basically starts at the Las Vegas sign, and then Mandalay Bay is the first mega resort. But this will go all the way to the Strat. It's almost like a 4-mile trek to get over that way. It just spans so much more than Fremont Street. So if you just like that consolidated party, you're gonna want to go to Fremont. The Strip is such a large circumference. You're gonna want to take the trams while you're here. From Mandalay to Excalibur, you can take a tram. From Park MGM to Bellagio, you can take a tram. Mirage to Treasure Island, there's a tram. And then the monorail starts from MGM Grand, which is right here, and goes all the way to the Sahara, which can also get you to the Strat, but a couple CD blocks down to the Strat from Sahara, I'll tell tell you that. You're also gonna find a lot more budget-friendly meals here, especially by the Fremont Casino. You get your Tony Roma's prime rib dinner from 4:30 to 6:30 for $8.99, and then later on in the night, you can get an $11.99 surf and turf lobster and steak dinner. So that's really good. And then you saw my $20 video where I did the 99-cent shrimp cocktail over there. Just watch my $20 video, you'll see there are a lot more cheaper deals here and some really great happy hour deals. So drinking wise and eating wise, you're definitely gonna save a little more here on Fremont Street than the Strip. Fremont Street is further from the airport, so you're gonna be paying a little more to get to Harry Reid International when you're leaving Fremont Street. So expect to pay about $25 to $30 for your Uber, depending on surge pricing. Uber or Lyft are your best ways. I've taken an Uber to the airport before from here, leaving the D, and it cost me about $26 to $28, and it was around noontime. So it's not bad. Fremont Street is a lot further from the airport. It's way more north. But here, especially if you're staying South Strip, we're in the four corners of Las Vegas Boulevard and Tropicana. You have New York, MGM Grand, Tropicana, and Excalibur. Even Luxor and Mandalay Bay. You can get to the airport by a Lyft or Uber for about $10 when surge pricing isn't at its peak. It's really cheap to get to and from the airport. Literally, the airport's right behind the Tropicana. Like my room at Tropicana was overlooking the runway and planes flying in and out. Really close to the airport. That's the advantage of staying South Strip. And there's Vegas Vic right there. You're also gonna find cheaper souvenirs here at Fremont Street versus the Strip. There may be a few small souvenir shops around Las Vegas Strip that you can get some deals in, but here they blatantly show 99 cents, 97 cents for some shot glasses. Also, the advantage the Strip has is all the shopping destinations that they have. We're at the shops at Crystal. They got Miracle Mile shops, Mandalay Place, the Forum shops, Fashion Show Mall, and all the other shops like Grand Canal shops. There's just so many, you name it. They have them all here on the Las Vegas Strip. Unlike Fremont Street, where you'll probably only find boutique stores within their hotels and maybe a couple of 99-cent souvenir shops. If you ever wonder where I get my clothes in Vegas, I go to this Forever 21 at Fashion Show. Sometimes they have some really good gear. Look, they have a Aaliyah or Riri. Aaliyah. Hey, look at this. This looks like the Arizona or Las Vegas, Nevada desert. Y'all see me wearing this jacket all the time. I got this on my last trip. Look at this. They've gone like desert style for the spring here. Low key. I like the colors, but this is too grandpa-y for me. They also have Key Australia here, a smaller store, just like Miracle Mile. I also like shopping over here at Dick's to see what type of Project Rock gear they have. Did you guys know that there's an Earl sandwich over at Fashion Show Mall too? And they actually have my favorite sandwich, the Caribbean jerk chicken. They don't have it at Planet Hollywood for some reason. I'm gonna get it and take it back to my room later. Passing by JJ's Boulangerie, my namesake here at the Paris Hotel. Another great thing about staying at the Strip is if you're staying at one of these mega resorts, you don't even have to leave the property. I'm not even staying at this property here at Paris, but my hotel is actually the Horseshoe, which is connected to Paris because it's also a Caesars property and they're right next door. You don't even have to go outside to get to the Paris Hotel. So it's almost like I'm staying at Paris at another tower. They have everything you need. They have tons of restaurants, tons of shops, all the gambling that you want. You don't have to leave if you don't want to. And I extended my stay here for a week. I didn't need to leave the Horseshoe for a couple of days while I was doing all my editing. So definitely like staying on the Strip because you could just stay at the mega resort. Overall, Las Vegas Strip versus Fremont Street. My opinion is I really do prefer the Strip. There's way more to do and I'm just more of a Strip type of tourist. Fremont Street, I do like. So I would say if I'm here for 6 days, I would stay on Fremont Street one night. So 1 in 6 days, I would stay on Fremont Street just to get that old Las Vegas type of feel. But here on the Strip, you have so many more theme hotels like Paris. You could just stay at one of these resorts and just soak in your vacation at one spot. And you don't have to go everywhere and do all that hustle and bustle walking like I do while I'm on these trips. I definitely say the Strip beats Fremont Street, but you do got to experience a little bit of Fremont Street to get a little bit of old Vegas every now and then. All right, Jaycationers, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you a Fremont Street person or a Las Vegas Strip person? Also, please subscribe. 78% of you watching these videos are not subscribed, so let's try to get Jaycation to 100,000 subscribers. And if you like this video, it really helps distribute throughout YouTube. Check out my Facebook page, Las Vegas 777. Let's go. We have a ton of Vegas lovers talking about news, travel tips, and recommendations. All right, Jaycationers, until the next one, watch this video. The words of Jaycation, stay traveling, Las Vegas. Let's go.